It's the NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Washington. It's the Lions and the Commanders on Sunday night.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Tonight, we'll close out the weekend with what should be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott joined in the booth by Brock Heward. And in a minute, partner, we are going to kick off, and it'll be a moment both teams have fought for all season. A chance to win the conference title, and more importantly, punch that ticket to the Super Bowl.
There is so much. You can just feel it in this building. There is so much pomp and circumstance that comes with this game. And winning the conference title is a major achievement for a franchise, no question. But you and I both know this, Kate. This isn't the trophy they've spent all season thinking about. It's not the ultimate prize, but it is just a step on the way to what they've been focused on all season long. Only one of these two teams is going to take that step and get that shot for the biggest trophy of them all in this league, that Lombardi trophy.
Four quarters between one of these teams and a spot in the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship is underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Goff taken right to the air. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
The advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Off to the races, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Goff on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason?
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception. Great team defense here. Got to him right as he was about to let that football fly, Brock, and the hit leads to a pick by their safety.
And an easy pick at that one, Kate. Not taking anything away from who actually intercepted it, but that turnover was all about the guys up front. Yep. And one thing I love about today's game and analytics, we got more than just sacks. We get QB pressures, we get QB hits because we've seen the impact they can have, an impact that was felt right there with that INT.
First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 34. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. He's on the move. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Finds his back complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Tight end going in motion here. They go play action with Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Ball taken in at the 36. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Commanders will go on offense. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They send a man in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And that's a touchdown catch, at least for the moment. Oh, Brock, the guys are already walking backwards. You know what that means. I think this one's going to be on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Still a good bit of work to do here, Brock, as they come up on it, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He completes it in traffic. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's brought down after a short gain. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Off play action, Goff. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. They motion a receiver left. Goff now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds just short of the 15. That's good for 7 yards. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Throwing from the gun here. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. That one's cut along the left sideline. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions make it a 1-score game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Motioning Watson left. Here's a give up the middle. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Landover right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They have second and pretty long here. Throwing now, Daniels. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Handoff now from the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Man in motion here. Daniels from the pistol. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Daniels back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from him on the road in the postseason. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. This is ahead for about 5. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Goff back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. That's caught Tucker Kraft. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I'm not sure, Kate. I'm not sure. You're not sure. Everyone in the building is not sure how you can lose the biggest eligible receiver on the field. But that's exactly what the defense just did.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Out of the gun, Daniels. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal. They bring a tight end in motion right. They'll try and punch it in. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal. Running back sent in motion. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Okay, this isn't even about bending and not breaking. This is about breaking the will of your opponent. Getting in the red zone, stuffing the run, sacking the quarterback, totally changing the...
And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to go. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. 3rd and just 2 to go. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. From the gun, Goff. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's gonna be 2nd down. Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they bring him down around the 34.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On 1st down, it's gone. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. And he runs it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Lions, with some work to do, trailing in this game. Now gone. Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. Gibbs is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions get it back to a 14-point game. Fox now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Daniels on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try and run this. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, here's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He's got Watson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they could try for some points going into the break. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that makes this a 3-score game. That's halftime. Only 2 quarters standing between one of these teams and the NFC spot in the Super Bowl. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Which one of these 2 clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. And he did it with his legs, accounting for 3 first-half touchdowns on the ground. Sensational. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Mostert on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now after that snap, there's an injured Lion still out there. We'll get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Daniels now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give now out of the shotgun. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades.
And that's a Washington touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders make it a 24-point ball game. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Riley Moss with that tackle. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the 31. This is complete to Gibbs. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Goff. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Okay, that's one of those situations where it's just a double whammy. Number one, you can't afford to give up a possession and waste a possession like that. And number two, to do it so quickly. A 3-and-out in that situation. And really, listen, if there is a path to a comeback, and that's a big if right now, it's going to take sustained drives, and a 3-and-out just devastating on that possession.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Back to the well again. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. One of the tight ends motioning right. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 28. Touchdown, Washington. Now, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Tight end in motion left. Off play action, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Motioning Williams left. Goff on 3rd. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Takes this in at the 25. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 1st and 10 from the 41. Short side option here. He's running left. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Slot receiver headed left. 2nd and 10 now. Complete. It's McLaurin. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Commanders will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this forward to the 19.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Daniels from the pistol. Has it in close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders continue piling onto this lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Lions offense returning to the field. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, gone. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's Lions football. Their season down to its final quarter if they can't erase this deficit. To score this as a win for the Commanders. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.